Year 4, Lesson 9. We're going to carry on with our fractions of amounts. And you can see underneath where I've written fractions of amounts here, these are the fractions we're going to be looking at. Okay, so if I go from the left to the right, we've got 1/4 here, 1/5, 1/10, 1/3, and 1/6. All right. Now, just a recap, each fraction always has a number above the line and below this line. Okay, the number above the line is called the numerator, and it tells me how many pieces are shaded, or how many pieces I've eaten, or how many pieces I've picked up. Okay, and then the bottom number is called the denominator, and it tells me how many fractions there are altogether, or how many pieces of the pizza, how many slices of cake. So you can see for this example here, the numerator here would be 1, if I'm asking you how many pieces are shaded. There's my fraction line. And how many pieces are there altogether? Unshaded and shaded, there's 4. So how many pieces are shaded? That would be 1/4. Okay, so there's two questions here now where we're going to work out fractions of amounts. So just for argument's sake, say that was pounds. And say your parents said to you, right, you've been really good today, you can have 1/4 of £16. And you had to work out how much that was. So you had to do that. All you have to do, remember, is ask yourself, how many times does this denominator, this bottom number 4, go into the amount, which is 16? So how many times does 4 go into 16? And the answer is 4. So if your parents said you can have 1/4 of 16, you'd be having £4. Okay. If they said you were having 1/6 of £30, we use the same method. We say how many 6's go into 30. How many times does our denominator go into our amount? And this time it would be 5. So you'd be having £5, so it's much better to have 1/6 of £30 instead of 1/4 of 16. So now it's your turn. Okay, so you've got 6 problems. So remember, all you have to do with these, you don't have to worry about the numerator, which is always 1 in all of the questions. All you need to do is ask yourself, how many times does the denominator go into the amount? And that will be your answer. So pause the screen now, press play when you're ready to go through the answers. All right, great. Hopefully you found those okay. So if we look at this first one, 1/3 of 27. How many 3's in 27? There's 9. Let's go across to B. How many 6's go into 48? Would be 8. 1/4 of 44 would be 11. 1/5 of 65 would be 13. 1/5 of 105. So we're asking ourselves, how many 5's go into 105? Well, I know that 10 5's are 50. Ooh. So if I double 10, I get 25's. So I need to double my answer. So if there's 20 5's in 100, there must be 21 5's in 105. See how I did that? And then this last one, 1/3 of 39. How many 3's are there in 39? There's 13. So there are all your answers. Okay, well done if you got most of those right. Well done for using that method of seeing how many times does the denominator go into the amount. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.